just as lost. We're all finding our true north. Got lost out on the road. I don't know which way to go. I'm lost out on the road. Oh, someone point me home. Should've listened to my father. Never let life pass me by. And don't get caught up in the drama. Hitting is valuable as time. And when you need some help, there ain't no shame in hiding. There ain't no shame in crying. You can do everything yourself, and there ain't no shame in crying. Ooh, someone somewhere is just as lost. We're all finding our true north. Got lost out on the road. Don't know which way to go. I'm lost out on the road. Oh, someone point me home. 'Cause I can't do this on my own. Someone somewhere is just as lost. We're all finding our true north. Thank you very much. Thank you. We are called Keywest. Thank you so much for stopping to listen to us. That song is called True North. It's from our album True North. Just to tell you a little bit about us, we are just two members of the band. We've had 3 #1 albums in the official charts here in Ireland, a platinum album and 5 #1 singles. We decided to get out of our record deal in 2022 because we got fed up being ripped off by an industry that was getting worse. I don't know if you know this, but Spotify pays about $4 for 100,000 streams. Record labels take 80%, and the reason for the last 5 years only having pretty to remember being here in Dublin. Everything else, of course, will say something like Dublin, Trinity, Guinness, Temple Bar, or Ireland on them. And the truth is, in a few years' time, when you look on them, you are only going to think, I got that in the shop and it's mass produced somewhere. At least this is unique and it's a memory. Thanks again for your time. Thanks for listening to us. This next song is called... Any requests?
Yeah, that different one, Don't You Dare.
Don't you dare. Wow. Anything else that isn't so depressing for a Monday morning?
Yeah. Can do little things, something beautiful. C'est la vie.
C'est la vie. It's been a while since we've done C'est la vie. Let's do that. We have lots of concert dates coming up. We just finished a tour, a long tour, so a lot of them are it's not going to be till the end of the year next year. In Ireland, though, we have still got Galway, Cork, Belfast, and Athlone. So Galway, Cork, Belfast, Athlone. They're coming up in the next couple of months. They'll be on our website, yeah, or Instagram or something like that. And then all of our European tour dates will be announced in the next couple of weeks. We are planning to play shows in Germany, France, Netherlands, Belgium. We'll be in Scandinavia as well, so it'll be a fun time.
Okay, so
This is called C'est la vie. It's, I'm sure a lot of you know what C'est la vie means, but essentially the Irish version is just feck it. And I hope you enjoy.
B flat.
Don't believe in miracles, don't believe in luck. I've never been a prodigy and I ain't done that much. I'm saying, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. Called a man of knowledge, but I don't wear a bespoke suit. And I'll bite my nose and spite my face and speak my point of view. I'm saying, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. Oh, when the rain pours down and you don't know why, 'cause there ain't a cloud in the big blue sky, mister. Play it safe, faith is all you really need. Oh, life will go on, c'est la vie, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. I see things with clarity and no one understands. My job brings out the worst of me and God laughs at my plans. I'm saying, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. My heavy head still wears a crown made out of thorns. My friends will try to drag me down like I've been misinformed. I'm saying, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. When the rain pours down and you don't know why, 'cause there ain't a cloud in the big blue sky, mister. Play it safe, faith is all you really need. Oh, life will go on, c'est la vie, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. Oh, life will go on, c'est la vie, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, we're called Keywest. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Sorry about the queues getting in. Basically, we are just two members of a band called Keywest. We've had 3 #1 albums here in Ireland, a platinum album and 5 #1 singles. Our music actually does get played all over the world on radio stations. We've been on TV and movies and placed in different things like that. In 2022, we left our record label because we got fed up being ripped off. A lot of people don't know how bad it is. Record labels take about 80% of what you earn. So how that works is, and they take it first, then they take their costs. So if you make $1 million, they take 800,000. If they spent 300,000, you still owe them 100,000, despite the fact that they made 800. And that's how it works. Our first album not only went #1, it went platinum. It outsold Ed Sheeran's second album here in Ireland. Ireland was the only country in the world he wasn't number one on his second album, and I can tell you right now that is very difficult to do. It's we had to busk for like 8 hours a day outside of a music shop in Dublin for a week. To do that, after a month, we had no more CDs because Ed Sheeran sells loads, and then he went number one anyway. But we were there. That gained us some recognition, and we decided that it was a great tool for us to expand and build and grow. And but despite having a number one album and a platinum album, we went into album number two still owing them a fortune somehow. But they made a lot of money because that's how it's structured. It's very important. Their profit comes first, then they'll take back their costs, and you can still have nothing. So have a listen to a couple of songs, see what you think. We get one chance to win you over. We are not a store that you can come back and just find. We get one chance to kind of hopefully talk you into being part of what we're doing. A lot of people, they go home, they start researching us later on. They start watching some of our live streams when we're busking. Thank you so much. And that often results in messages saying, I wish I had gotten an album now because I've become a fan later. But I get one chance to talk you into it.
You can go, that's okay. Yeah, no. If you want, no problem.
Oh, thank you. How you doing? Wonderful. This next song is called. Go on, fire more options at me.
You have difficult ones now.
Okay, shout them though, so I can hear.
Repair the door.
Okay, that's very depressing. Who asked for
Yeah.
that?
Daniel.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel.
And my mom asked for Supernova.
Your mom wants Supernova. That's a
Yeah.
very hard song. Okay, keep going.
But someone asked for Little Things. Someone asked for Little Things. He was in Liverpool.
Cool. We will do little things in a moment, yeah.
Happiness Project
Oh yeah, let's do that.
or Paradise.
No, let's do the Happiness Project. We never do that. This song is called The Happiness Project. It's a song that we never really play, but I love it. It's just kind of the concept of this song is like, life is hard, so just spread some happiness instead. It's not that complicated, I guess. We're called Keywest, by the way, if you have just arrived along. Our new album is called Anything But Normal. It's not available anywhere except for off us at shows and on the street. We've decided to insulate ourselves from various different entities. We're not releasing our albums, for example, on streaming services anymore because they just don't pay enough. They take advantage of artists, and they can be very useful for visibility, but they are not useful for getting paid. So we decided that we would become independent as we could, and last year was the first year after a long time we finally got out of our record deal, agency deal, publishing contract, management contract. It took like a long time to get out of all those contracts. It's not easy. You cannot leave a record deal until you complete your obligation, which is, like in our case, was 3 albums and took about 10 years. We're now completely free, and we've decided to build our fan base one person at a time on the streets, the old-fashioned way. So have a listen to a couple of songs, and if you decide you want to take away the music, you can pop over to Glover in between the songs and he will be able to help you out. And again, just to remind you, it is only 20 for all 3 of the albums together. If you don't have a CD player, every single one of our CDs has got a password on them so that you can download it onto your phone. Those downloads are unlimited. They'll work on every device. You can share them with your friends and your family. Basically what we try to do on the street is just to get people on board with what we're doing and make a direct connection, and that is through the music. The bag is totally free with the 3 albums because we want to give you as much value as we can. That's a tote bag that says the best buskers in the world are made on Grafton Street, Ireland, with love, Keywest. And I can tell you that is almost factual because this is the most famous street in the world for music. It produces more successful musicians any other street in the world. Every famous Irish artist will have played here first. Every one of them has the background of at least being on the street for even a week or 2 weeks in the shortest capacity. Lewis Capaldi was here, James Bay, Passenger, Ed Sheeran all played in the street, Rodrigo Gabriela all came through it. It's a rite of passage for tons of musicians. It's very competitive. If you're here for Up and Down the Street today, you are going to see some wonderful musicians. And in the summertime, musicians come from all over the world to come and play here for a couple of weeks if they can. So that's a great way to remember being here, because every other souvenir in the city just says Dublin, Trinity, Guinness, Temple Bar and Ireland on them. They're just vague things. They're all mass produced in a factory somewhere, just designed to make rich people richer. This is made right here in Poland. So if anybody is interested in picking it up, pop on over to us. Thanks again for listening. And this is called The Happiness Project. It's a very rare song for us to play, but I just want to cheer myself up. And I'm sure a lot of you are just delighted that you got through the purge yesterday and you're now still alive. That's lovely. This is called The Happiness Project. I'm going to need to Google the lyrics. It's been that long since I've done this song. But she hated. She kept a picture of a beach. She would love to sunbathe them, find a way to get away. Where life was things might go your way. I sat and read, watching losing is cool. Find a way to get away. A place where things might go my way. Better than a happiness. Spread a little happiness. Find a way to ease your stress. 'Cause life's too short. I met a girl in the gym, so convinced she was fat, and now she only drinks juice made of mud and grass. You gotta find a way to get away, a place where things might go your way. And I bought a ticket on the cheap, heading for sunny Spain. But when the flight touched down, it was pouring rain. Can't even find a way to get away, a place where things might go my way. Spread a little happiness. Spread a little happiness. Find a way to ease your stress. 'Cause life's too short. I met a girl in a bar. Can I buy you a drink? She said, not even if you were the last man on earth. I'll find a way to get away someday. I'll find a way to get away and spread a little happiness. Spread a little happiness. I'll find a way to ease your stress. 'Cause life's too short. Hey, spread a little happiness. Spread a little happiness. Find a way to ease your stress. 'Cause life's too short. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, we're called Keywest. Thank you so much for stopping to listen to us. This next song is called "The Things I Wish I'd Done." It's about it's a story from a long time ago in my life. First of all, just while I'm telling the introducing the next song, if anybody wants to take away the music, in between each song is the time to do so. Glover will be doing nothing. And again, just to remind you, it is only 20 for all three of our albums together. Our new album is not on Spotify. It'll never be on Spotify. You can only get it off us at gigs or on the street. It has got a password on it, and that gets you access to the members area of our website, where you essentially can download the album as often as you want, or you can stream it right there and then. We're just building something that isn't part of everything else because we got fed up being ripped off by it all. And again, for those of you who've just arrived along, we are called Keywest. We've had 3 #1 albums here in Ireland, a platinum album. Our music does in fact get all over the world. Our songs have been in movies and TV shows, and lots of people often leave here to go home and start listening to our music only to go, hey, I know that song. You just didn't know who sang it. There's a van coming up the street. Can you come into where the red line is, guys? If everyone can walk into our red line, then the van will be able to go around the corner. That's kind of why we leave that out there. Just helps us avoid any problems. Wonderful. Well, he seems to have stopped, but he will eventually go past. So this next song is called "The Things I Wish I'd Done." When I was 15 years old, I used to work in a shoe shop on the street called Clark's down the road, and there was a midterm. I was coming into work. I was working in the stockroom, and on the way in, I gave my seat to a man on the bus. He was quite an old man, and he started talking to me, and I forgot about that encounter until a little while ago. So basically, I started talking to the man, and we were in a pub a little while back, and there was quite a young boy gave his seat up to an old man, and suddenly this memory came back to me of something I'd forgotten about for 16 years or so, and I told him about it, and I said, it's mad, now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of understand what he was trying to say on the day, but back then I really didn't. And so we wanted to tell the story. This is it. It's called "The Things I Wish I'd Done." And afterwards, if you do like what we're doing, please remember we are an independent band. We get one chance to try and win you over. I know there are plenty of things in Dublin to pick up. We hope you'll see the value in 3 albums and a bag for 20, considering it is 20 for 3 large coffees in Starbucks, and God knows what you paid for Guinness yesterday in Temple Bar. 45 euros, something like that. I'm sure a lot of you are dreading looking at your accounts, but today, so understand that. So if you do want something of value, maybe you'll be a part of what we're doing. We do go on tour. The best way to know if we're on tour is when you download our albums, when you become part of our system, we can send you an email to let you know if we're on tour in your city. And that's the only time you'll ever hear from us. You might hear from us once every 2 years, just to let you know that we're going to be in your city. If you think you're going to be able to follow us on social media and know when you're in your town, you are mistaken. Social media is no good for telling people. It's good for feeds, and that's it. Your feed is there. It's very difficult to get your message across to people without spending an absolute fortune to let them know. Because the reality is, you're not going to check our page, are you? You're going to hope that one of our posts appear in your feed. And by the time we try and announce a show, we probably have followed another 40 or 100 people by then, and you've got more stuff going on. So social media is really ineffective in terms of just reaching people to let them know about shows. So if you want to know, please be a part of what we're doing. Again, appreciate your time. This is called "The Things I Wish I'd Done," and of course we will sign any CDs if you want that as well. Thank you very much. On the Dublin bus into town, but I offered up my seat to an old man so he could sit down. He smiled and said they don't make them like they used to, and there's no respect among the youth for the older generation. It's a sad, sad revelation what the world is coming to. So don't go wasting precious time. Heed these words of mine. Life goes by in the blink of an eye, then you're old. And so time will fly like a bird in the sky. So be bold, 'cause you your time is much sweeter than honey, more precious than gold. It's worth more than money, so don't wait until you're old. Youth is wasted on the young. Sing the songs I wish I'd sung, do the things I wish I'd done. Well, he told me of his childhood, his triumphs and his failures on the way, of his deep and boundless sorrow at the passing of his dearest wife, Sinead. Then he smiled and said, find someone who makes you laugh and live each moment like your last. Say I love you every night, say I'm sorry when you fight, and leave your anger in the past. And don't go wasting precious time. Heed these words of mine. Life goes by in the blink of an eye, then you're older, and it's over. Time will fly like a bird in the sky, so be bolder. Cause your time is much sweeter than honey, more precious than gold. It's worth more than money, so don't wait until you're old. Youth is wasted on the young. Sing the songs I wish I'd sung, do the things I wish I'd done. Pressed the bell and said farewell, rose up from his seat, and then he said, go and live your life, my lad, I hope that my advice will serve you well. Cause life goes by in the blink of an eye, and you're older, and it's over. Time will fly like a bird in the sky, so be bolder. Cause your time is much sweeter than honey, more precious than gold. It's worth more than money, so don't wait until you're old. Youth is wasted on the young. Sing the songs I wish I'd sung, do the things I wish I'd done. Thank you very much, thank you. First of all, if anybody wants to take away our music and support what we're trying to do, please pop over to Glover here, he'll be able to help you out. We also have a card machine if you don't have cash, guys, just so you know. So to tell you a little bit more about us, this guy's name is Glover, my name is Cav. We've been friends since we were about 6 years old, and we go by those names because we're both Andrew, so we always know each other by our surnames. We started playing on the street when we were 14, and we went over to LA when we were 18 in pursuit of our dream. We are a 5-piece band. We met the first 2 guys in LA and the final member of the band in Key West. We then went back to LA and started busking on 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, and that led to us working with the producer. By the way, busking is street performing, in case you don't know. It's a fairly Irish, UK, Australian phrase. We ended up working with a producer called Mark Needham. Mark is one of the most successful music producers in the world. He produced the Mr. Brightside album for The Killers, Radioactive for Imagine Dragons, Wicked Game for Chris Isaac, Rumours for Fleetwood Mac. He's a wonderful guy. That led to us signing a deal, and since then we've had 3 number 1 albums, a platinum album, 5 number 1 singles, and 3 nominations in the Irish Music Awards. We've also had success around the world on different radio stations. We've been on sold out tours. We've been on tours with Bastille, Brian and Adams, 30 Seconds to Mars. We played the main stage in most festivals. But basically, we got fed up being ripped off. Despite having all this success, we were broke. We never made any money. Whatever we did make, we had to split by 5, and often that was less than 0. I know that sounds easy, but to explain that a little bit, let's just do a quick scenario. Our first album, as I said, was a platinum album, and let's just say that it generated $1 million. It generated more, but let's say it generated $1 million. Now, in that case, the record label takes their profit first, so they took 800,000 from the $1 million. Thank you. Now, in the process of making $1 million, they obviously spent money making the album, promoting the album, hiring radio pluggers, hiring promotion companies, hiring whatever, the producers, the mixers, the masterers, the distribution, all of these other factors that go in. So let's say they spent 300,000, but there was only 200,000 left. So somehow, after making $1 million and after them making 800,000, we still owe them 100,000 going into the next album. And that is how it works. And things have changed. A lot of the value in the music industry has changed because, as I said before, Spotify pays about $4 for 100,000 streams, so you really have to start getting into crazy numbers, and it takes musicians a long time. There's a lot of young musicians making reasonable money, right, on social media, like, and it seems like they're doing well, and they're very flashy with their money on social media. They're not making real money. They just haven't hit 30 yet, or 35 yet. They haven't started realizing what's in front of them, and they haven't realized the game involved in maintaining what they're doing for as long. A very few of them break through to the upper, like to the point where they never have to worry about money again. Most of them will have to grind and grind and grind until they're ground out and they've got no more energy. And that money they thought was a lot was really not a lot when it comes to raising a family or getting a house or something like that. So we decided that we weren't going to go down that road anymore. And we decided to build a fan base on the streets, the old-fashioned way. We came back last year, started busking around Ireland and the UK, and we had quite a successful year. We just sold out an 8-week tour in the UK, and we're going to just continue in this process to see if it works in the end. Now, I say successful, you know, we've got a long way to go for this to work. We figure that there's a certain point when we'll kind of connect with enough people. Thank you very much. When somebody takes away the albums, basically, for example, you when you download them, you become part of our sort of system, which means we can notify you if we have a show in your city or if we have a new album, and that's it. That's our direct way of connecting with you. And it means that if enough people sort of become part of that, so we figure that at a certain point, the more we do this, after a couple of years, we'll have enough people to be able to go on tours, to be able to promote our music and sell our music directly, and we can insulate ourselves from everybody that would rip us off or rip you off. So have a listen to one or two songs and see what you think. If you do like what we're doing and you want to support us, it is only 20 for all 3 of the albums, and the bag is totally free with the 3 albums. I hope you can see the value in Dublin of getting 3 albums in a bag for 20 when it would cost you 20 for 1 Guinness in Temple Bar today. You might think I'm joking. Go in there after 12 o'clock tonight and see what a Guinness costs you. Check your account today. So again, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for listening to us. This next song is called The Little Things. It's about the little things in life that end up being the most important. It was a #1 song first. It's on this album right here. It actually gets used for weddings all the time. Thousands of times it's been used for weddings. And we're still a little confused as to why that is, because the song is very fast. So I don't know what weddings are doing these days. Maybe it's a lot of line dancing or something. But this song didn't really seem to work. But I asked somebody last week, because I told this story, and somebody in the audience said, I used it for my wedding. And I said, how? And she said, well, we started it off slowly, and then everybody joined us for the dance at the second verse when we brought back the song to its full tempo. And I said, that actually would work. So there you go. It sounded like a better story than it was. I told that story the other day on the street, and believe it or not, I said that people often use this for their weddings. And just as I said it, a bride and groom appeared who had just gotten married. I swear to God, full dress. So obviously I thought this is a good opportunity to get this on video. So I said, would you like to dance this? And the groom said no. I said, how long are you married now? He said, about an hour. And I said, okay, let me introduce you to the rest of your life. I'm going to ask the boss. Would you like to dance? She said, yes. I said, there you go. So they danced, of course. This is called The Little Things. Who asked for this on social media?
Someone from Liverpool. He was in the show last month. Let me find.
Somebody from Liverpool.
Luigi.
Luigi?
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's a very Liverpoolian name if ever heard one. I love it. He was at the show last month, was he? Great. This is for Luigi. I'm just going to do the fast version, just so you know. Which is the original. Crying, I will understand, and I will always be right here to hold your hand. When it's darkest, when you're all alone, I will be that shining light to guide you home. 'Cause the just the little things, I swear. The way you sing when you dry your hair. It's the little things we share. The way you hold my hand after all these years. You make me laugh when I'm close to tears. We stay up late drinking cheap red wine, like it's our first date. We'll just talk all night about the little things. When you're older, when your bones feel weak, well, I will sing to you until you fall asleep. And when it's colder, when it gets hard to move, I will dance with you right there in the living room. 'Cause it's the little things you do, the way you laugh when I act a fool. It's the little things you do. The way you hold my hand after all these years. You make me laugh when I'm close to tears. We stay up late drinking cheap red wine, like it's our first date. We'll just talk all night. I tell you all my fears, and you just say, well, play it all right here. We'll be okay. We're so much stronger than all of this. We'll build our lives up brick by brick, up from the little things. Up from the little things. When you're crying, well, I will understand. And I will always be right here to hold your hand. 'Cause it's the little things I've seen. You're so much kinder than I'll ever be. It's the little things for me. Oh, the way you hold my hand after all these years. You make me laugh when I'm close to tears. We stay up late drinking cheap red wine, like it's our first date. We'll just talk all night. I tell you all my fears, and you just say, well, play it all right here. We'll be okay. We're so much stronger than all of this, and we'll build our lives up brick by brick upon the little things. Thank you very much. Again, we're called Keywest, guys. Thank you so much for stopping to listen to us. This next song is, before we do this next song, if anybody wants to take away the music, pop on over. But if you want to just hang out and listen, please come a little closer so we can allow these vehicles to go past, otherwise we get fined. See where this red rope is? If you can come in close to the red rope, then we don't get any issues, we don't get fined or anything like that. So thank you so much again for listening to us. As I said before, we are 2 members of the band. There are 5 people in Keywest. We're a completely independent band now, and the long story short, I guess, is we've had 3 #1 albums here in Ireland. We've had a platinum album, 5 #1 singles, and 3 nominations in the Irish Music Awards. We've also had a lot of different successes around the world over the years. Our songs do in fact get played on the radio in different countries. We've had songs in movies and TV shows, and we've had tens of millions of streams across the board. And I know all that sounds really great, and there's so many young musicians that would aspire to even just get that, but the truth is we made no money, and at a certain point in your life you got to start reevaluating what you're doing, because you got to do normal things like saving for a house, try and build a lasting relationship if you want a family, etc. So we wanted to get out of our record deal, and we had 2 choices once we left the record deal. We can do what a lot of our friends did. There's a lot of bands in our over the years, and if you're wondering where they are, they're playing weddings and corporate gigs now and singing other people's songs. Thank you. Thank you so much, because that is a better way, it's an easier way of making money. We just don't want to do that. We don't want to sing other people's songs for the rest of our lives. We think we have good stories to tell, good songs, and we'd like to sing our own. So we're basically asking people to support us by buying our music from us. So put some value into what we do again, so that we can grow and build and continue to make our music and tell our stories. So this next song is called Stop the World. It's a song about how mental the world has gotten. And if you do decide you want to take away the music, it is only 20 for all 3 of our albums. New albums, not on Spotify. It'll never be on Spotify. You because Spotify pays so little. However, we're even taking our old albums off Spotify as we get the rights to them. Next week we are taking an old album off because we finally got the rights after a long legal battle to get it back, and that's going to come down, and that's how we're doing things. If you don't have a CD player, I know most of you don't, behind the CD, for example, on this one there is a couple of instructions with a password, and that password will let you download the music directly from our website to your phone. You can send that password on to other people too, so they can also download it. It's completely unlimited, and it just kind of puts you into our members area. So have a listen to a couple of songs, see what you think. And the good thing is about becoming sort of part of the members area of the website, you don't have to sign up or anything. Just once you download the album, you can input your city and your email, and that way whenever we're performing in your city, we can send you an email to say we're coming if you want to get a ticket. Because that's one of the only ways. We're not going to be operating in the big budget way. We're not going to be on buses or TV shows. You're not going to just bombarding you with messages to kind of win you over. We get one chance to get you in as part of what we're doing. Thank you. And that is on the streets. And it's hard to do because most people sort of end up loving a song because either the radios and everything else has played it so often that they heard it a million times and it's just kind of soaks into their brain, or TikTok has done it that way and it soaks into your brain and you just start to love the song. We don't have that luxury. We get one chance. And yeah, social media is very useful, but it's also a double-edged sword. It's one of the newest, it's a totally new technology. Like, I don't think in human history really have we really had a totally new technology, you know, in the last kind of 100 years or so, because everything was just improved, you know. CDs, vinyls became CDs and tapes, and just evolution really. Cars got faster, thank you. TVs got flatter, they got clearer, you know, VHS became DVDs, but nothing really changed. Things just improved, you know. Phones improved, they became mobile, so on and so forth. But social media is a different thing. It's a completely different thing, and it affects us in a different way, and we have to use it all the time. We've got 3 phones set up here. There's more phones here at the call center, and we still have to do that because that's part of the world that we're in. However, it can be mad. It can be mad, and there's a lot of people out there thinking they're going to build careers through social media. And the truth is, it's way harder than you think. If not for getting there, even just for staying there for 10 years, 15 years, like it's to the point where you can actually have a life and retire and save for a house. You know, a lot of people, they can kind of have success for a few years, but can they keep it for 15 years? Who knows? TikTok's only about 5 years old, so who knows what happens down the road. So that's what this song is essentially about. Wonderful. So as I said, this song is called Stop the World. It's a new song.
They are doing card everywhere.
Okay, cool. Can I ask everyone as well just to come a little closer to our red rope here? If you see a gap, just close it in, because they are very strict about the amount of space that we're allowed to occupy on the street. And the thing is, people will always stand behind you. They will never stand in front of you, so that means it gets bigger and bigger the further away you are. Kind of out of things to say, but I have to wait on him. So, this is Glover. He's a Capricorn. He enjoys long walks on the beach. He's an avid reader. Stands at 6'4". He's a former 2-time world pole dancing champion, believe it or not.
I didn't forget about you. No.
Wonderful. All right. This is called Stop the World.
Woo!
like the whole world's gone crazy. Is free speech, hate speech, or can we agree to disagree? Overnight price hikes, where people will do anything for likes. The fire and we still debate climate change. So stop the world and drop me off somewhere kids don't die in schools and the rich don't own the news. Oh, stop the world and clock me out. We sold our souls for narcissism to become slaves to an algorithm. Telling jokes is how I cope with being broke. Getting older, drinking beer to drown my fear, to take the weight of the world off my shoulders. See the rich get richer when the poor divide. Black and white, left and right, keeps the main issues out of sight and out of mind. So stop the world and drop me off somewhere kids don't die in schools and the rich don't own the news. Oh, stop the world and clock me out. We sold our souls for narcissism, become slaves to an algorithm. I have never been a man of faith, but lately I've been praying. Maybe I just haven't got the brains to hear what these folks are saying. Still diagnosed society, everyone's got ADHD. It's a symptom of technology. So stop the world and drop me off somewhere kids don't die in school and the world's not run by fools. So stop the world and clock me out. We sold our souls for pennies on the dollar and the devil stood amused because the currency used was views. We'll do anything for views. Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, we're called Keywest. Thank you so very much for stopping to listen to us. All the music that we're playing here today is original. It's all of our music. We are just two members of the band, so we're trying to give you the best version we can as a duo, when in fact there are 5 people in our band. We just don't bring them onto the street with us because we're not allowed to play for very long and we can't afford to lose the time it would take to get 5 people ready and ready to move down to the next place. If you are interested in taking away our music in between each song, there will be an opportunity. It is only 20 for all 3 of our albums if you want to go for the bundle deal. They also come with this souvenir bag. A lot of you might be interested in taking something away with you after being here for the weekend, and most of the things you find in Dublin are just mass-produced things that were made in a factory somewhere. They probably say something like Ireland, Dublin, Trinity, Guinness, Temple Bar, or something like that on it. And but like I said, it's this is not mass-produced, of course, because we couldn't afford to do that. It says the best buskers in the world are made on Grafton Street, Ireland with love, Keywest. It's a unique thing, and when you go home, you know, people read your bag, or in 10 years' time when you look back and you kind of find something, if it's just something that you bought that you know was made for profit somewhere, you might just be like, meh, you might not even end up keeping it, because we buy souvenirs all over the world, don't we, and we end up dumping them. But at least this is a memory, it's something different, and you're supporting something that isn't a giant corporation. So we hope you'll see the value in 3 albums and a bag for 20 in a city where it'll cost you about €20, as I said, for 3 large coffees. That's a fact. 3 large coffees in Starbucks will be about €20. If you go into Temple Bar today and get 1 Guinness,
only when you come to the front.
thank you. All right, so we're gonna play a song for you now. This next one is called. That's quite a new song for us. All right. Thank you. All right. As while Glover's doing that, I'll tell you a little bit more about us. As I said, his name is Glover and my name is Cav, and we go by those names because we're both Andrew, so we've always known each other by our surnames. We grew up in Artane in Dublin. We've been friends since we were 6 years old, and we started playing here at 14 as a duo. We went over to Los Angeles when we were 18 in pursuit of our dream. We met the rest of the band over there. We met the final member of the band in Keywest in Florida, so we called ourselves Keywest, and the five of us started busking on 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica in Los Angeles, and that led to us working with a producer, a guy called Mark Needham. And basically, Mark is a wonderful producer. He's produced some of the most famous albums in the world, including the Mr. Brightside album for The Killers, Radioactive for Imagine Dragons, A Wicked Game for Chris Isaak, and that led to us signing a deal, and since then we've had 3 #1 albums in Ireland, a platinum album, 5 #1 singles, and 3 nominations in the Irish Music Awards. I will, of course, yeah. That says Cat. Great. Oh, cheers, thank you. All right, so this next song, I haven't picked one yet. Do you want to go and see what the rest
Cav, we had a request for a parachute.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, wonderful. Do you want to tell me who asked for it, or just...
A lady. Lady there.
You wanted this?
No, she did.
No.
We're going to do parachute for you.
This song's called Parachute. A long time ago, we used to play on the street, and at the bottom of the street, there was a shop, there still is a shop called Swarovski, and the girl that worked in there, I really liked her. And I was, not very confident, so confident behind a microphone, not beyond that. And so I wrote songs about her, and kind of loved her from afar. I don't know whether that's stalking or not, really depends. I may have followed her home just to make sure she got home safe. Night vision goggles are necessary if you want to make sure you're safe in the dark. I mean, where do you draw the line? No, I didn't do those things. But what did happen was a few years later, quite a long time later, just before COVID, we were on a flight over to Dubai to play a festival, and she was an air hostess on the flight, and we reconnected. We're now engaged to be married, and up until a very recent time, she was working in this shop right here, and the reason she moved was because I would tell stories about her, and people would go in to try and see who it is. So, and she'd see people coming, she could tell. They were pretending to shop, but they were actually scanning to see if they could spot who I was talking about. So she's now working in Brown Thomas, because that's a much bigger shop, way harder to find her. So that's where she is at the moment. And this song is about her kind of having a bad day. She sort of realised some friends weren't really friends, and we all go through that. I've been through that, everyone has. So this song is sort of saying, look, no matter what happens to you, I'll always be there. I'll be the parachute that kind of catches you when there's nothing left. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please consider picking up our music after the song one last time. It is only 20 for all 3 of our albums, which are here. The new album is called Anything But Normal. It's not available on Spotify. It'll never be on Spotify. And next week we're taking down an old album off Spotify because we got the rights back. And the reason for that is we're trying to build something just separate. We're we're trying to make a direct connection with people. When you download the music onto the phone or you're part of our system, we can email you if we're going to be playing a show near you. Do you want them signed yet? We can email you if you want to, if we're going to be playing a show near your town or if we have a new album available. And it's just kind of this lovely kind of connection between us and the people who like what we do. And we're just going to cut out all the extra, all the, thank you, all the middlemen. We're cutting them all off. So wonderful. All right. This song is called Parachute. And can I ask everybody just to come in closer again to this where this red line is, because like I said, in this city they are very strict about the size of our audience, and if it gets too big we get fined.
Some people don't wanna see you touch the stars. Some people, they wanna keep you where you are. These people, don't you let them bring you down, down, down. And some friends only call you when they need you for something. Some friends will take everything and leave you with nothing. So who needs enemies when you got friends like these around, around, around? Remember that it's alright, it's okay, cause yesterday was yesterday. Let me wipe those tears away. I will help you find your way when you're upside down, inside out. I'll never let you hit the ground when you're falling and there's nothing you can do. I'll be your parachute. I'll be your parachute. Will only call you when they need you for something. Some friends will take everything and leave you with nothing. So who needs enemies when you got friends like these around, around, around? And if you ever feel in doubt, remember that it's alright, it's okay, cause yesterday was yesterday. Let me wipe those tears away. I will help you find your way when you're upside down, inside out. I'll never let you hit the ground when you're falling and there's nothing you can do. I'll be your parachute. I'll be your parachute. You woke up on the wrong side of the bed and you had a day from hell. But don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't let them get inside your head. Let me talk you down from the ledge. And don't be so hard on yourself. And remember that it's alright, it's okay. Yesterday was yesterday. Let me wipe those tears away. I will help you find your way when you're upside down, inside out. I'll never let you hit the ground when you're falling and there's nothing you can do. I'll be your parachute. I'll be your parachute. I'll be your parachute. I'll be your parachute.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Again, we're called Keywest. Thank you so much for stopping to listen to us. This next song is a song called Invisible. This is actually written about some homeless guys that we got to know over the years. When you're a street performer, you're often going to meet different people in really difficult circumstances, and sometimes, you know, you will get to know their story. And when you do, obviously, it impacts you differently. And there was one guy that was on a bridge beside, you know, the Halfpenny Bridge in Dublin. If you're here, you've probably crossed at the White Bridge. He was on that bridge, which is right next to where I live, and he was there for years, and I would see him most mornings, say hello, and eventually then he just wasn't anymore, and I can only surmise that one or two things happened. Either he, got out, which is actually rarer than the alternative. So I wrote this. It's called Invisible. And again, as I said before, if you do want to support us, if you want to take away our music, we only play original songs on the street. Straight off the bat, I'm sure you can probably agree that that's actually rather unique. Most street performers around the world will be just playing songs of other people's. And the reason for that is it's really hard to stop an audience when you're not singing a song they know. So that's why most people opt for singing other people's songs. And the other thing is, we really have no other place that we can promote our own music, because if you go into a pub and try and play your own songs, you're just going to have a load of drunk people ask you to sing Wonderwall. And that's it. And you know, and there's only so much of it. It's just going to get louder until eventually you give in. So, and I get that, because if I was in a pub and I was having a few drinks, I don't want to hear me singing my songs either. So it's a different room. So if you do like what we're doing, Glover will be available in between each song to help you out. It is only 20 for all three of the albums together. The bag is totally free with the three albums if you want to take them home with you. We hope you see the value in getting three albums in a bag for 20. Our new album is called Anything But Normal, because you can probably tell from a lot of our music and a lot of our, you know, the things I say, that we're kind of fed up with normal. Normal is a bit mad, so we're like, just, you know what, anything but normal. That's what we decided to call it that. It's not on Spotify. It'll never be on Spotify. It's only available. And we are slowly taking our music off Spotify. We're only going to use Spotify for singles, so a couple of songs per album, because it's a wonderful tool for visibility, but it is not a wonderful tool for saving for the house or doing normal things. So we decided that we have to do things a little bit differently. So we're doing this one last time to see if it works. And everything we earn today will go straight to pints. I mean, straight to making more music. So we do hope you'll support us. And again, it is only 20 for all three of the albums. And very important detail, if you don't have a CD player, I know a lot of you might be stopping you. Our new album has a password right here that lets you download it and stream it from our website to your phone. And those are unlimited downloads, no matter what device you have. You just become part of the members area where we can grow and we can build and establish a direct connection with people who like what we do. We're not going to be the sort of band you're going to see on billboards or anything like that. We're just building slowly, and it works. For the last 8 weeks, we had a completely sold out tour around the UK, in really good sized venues all over the UK. Sold out to 2 shows in Scotland. We were in Wales, and we sold out another 10 around England. We had a sold out show, of course, in Dublin. We've already got 2 more nights booked now for towards the end of the year. We'll be playing as well in Germany, France, the Netherlands, Scandinavia. We've got the biggest tour we've ever done before in front of us. We're booking it ourselves. Everything is internal, and it is literally people powered. So if you like what we're doing and you'd like to support something today that isn't a big giant corporation, or who haven't gone as far as stressing themselves as leprechauns to try and get your tourist money, maybe you'll consider picking up our music and pop on over. This is called Invisible, and like I said, this is about some of the different guys that we got to know over the years who were unfortunately in a situation of not having a house. You know, I'm sure you've seen some of the situations around Dublin already at this stage.
There's a man on the white bridge near my place. He's homeless, but he smiles and waves. I hate to ask, can you spare some change so tonight I can lie down somewhere safe? People walk by on their phones. No one sees this man alone. No one knows just where he goes when the sun goes down and the night gets colder. So do we even care? Are we only sharing the bad news? Looking for the views. Oh, we live in heaven while some people live in hell. We're posting photos when we know we could have helped. Try another point of view and walk him right inside his shoes, and you know just how it feels to be invisible. There's a girl in the doorway on my street. She's homeless, nothing to eat. She's jonesing for the fix she needs, so she sells herself just to find relief. And no one sees her dirt-stained tears. No one knows how she got here. But when I looked real close, I knew she was a girl from my old school. And do we even care? Are we only sharing the bad news? Looking for the views. Oh, we live in heaven. just how it feels to be invisible. Photos when we know we could have helped. Try another point of view and walk a mile inside its shoes, and you know just how it feels to be invisible. There used to be a man on the white bridge near my place. He was homeless, but he smiled and waved. Now he's passed away. The cold dark rain on the high street doorway.
Thank you very much. Again, we're called Keywest. Thank you so much for listening to us. Again, as I said, we are called Keywest. We're an independent band. Finally, we had a record deal in Los Angeles a long time ago. We've had 3 #1 albums, a platinum album, 5 #1 singles, and 3 nominations in the Irish Music Awards. We've also had songs played on the radios all over the world, as well as songs placed into movies, TV shows. We've been on tours with Bastille, Bryan Adams, 30 Seconds to Mars. We've sold out our own tours around the world and played on the main stages of most festivals. We have a lot of music that people often go home and start listening to some of our music and they realise they already knew some of the songs, they just didn't know who sang them. And we decided that despite all of those successes, we were still broke. A lot of people don't realise how bad it actually is. Record labels take 80% and they take it from the top. So that means they don't take their costs back first, they take their profit first, and then they take the cost back out of the little piece that's left, out of the 20% that's left, which is often not enough, so you still owe them money going into your next album. So for example, our debut album was platinum and #1, and we still owed our record label a couple of $100,000 going into our second album, somehow. But it actually probably generated maybe $1 million or so profit for them. So we had to reassess everything. So we decided that we would sort of get out of that situation, which you can't easily do. You have to complete your obligation. There is no loophole to get out of a record deal. None. You have to complete your 3 albums, and that's it, if that's what your deal is for, 3 albums. So we got out of our deal after the 3 albums were completed. We decided not to sign back in, and we are now on our own. Thank you. We're people powered. We're playing on the streets all over the place to try and build a fan base, one person at a time. This was the first song to really get onto the radio for us here in Ireland, the very first one to kind of make that breakthrough. And it's about getting into a relationship that I knew was going to fail because she was too good looking. And the idea behind this is sort of like, of all the mistakes that I'm going to make, you'll be my favourite. That's the concept. So it's a good wedding song if you've got a sense of humour, I guess. Don't worry. Yeah, see, she gets it. A lot of people don't get that till later, you know. I often think people later on that night will go, yeah, they'll get it now. Because nobody ever laughs. Don't know why. It's a good joke. I guess it's not a good joke if you have to explain it, is it?
No.
Okay.
But I do laugh at it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I laugh.
of whiskey, sharing a glass with ice. She's a heartbreaker and she'll break your heart up nice. She's the great unknown, the kind you should leave alone. But I've had regrets much more than a few, and all ends the same way with deja vu. Full of all my mistakes, you're still my favorite one. And I saw it coming way down the line. I knew in the end you'd never be mine. Full of all my mistakes, oh, you'll be my favorite. La 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 la, la 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 la. Oh, you'll be my favorite. La 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 la, la 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 la. Before you know it, you've been demoted down to fed. You're just an uninvited guest who stays until the very end. You're like a perfect storm, and I'm sinking like a stone.
Sorry, a fly flew into my mouth. It's delicious, actually.
Delicious.
Delicious. I'm ready.
I've had regrets much more than a few, and all ends the same thing with deja vu. But of all my mistakes, you're still my favorite one. And I saw it coming way down the line. Knew in the end you'd never be mine. Full of all my mistakes, oh, you'll be my favorite. La 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 la, la 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 la. Oh, you'll be my favorite. La 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 la, la 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 la. Oh, you'll be my favorite one.
Thank you very much. That song was called All My Mistakes. This next one is called Something Beautiful. This song was a #1 song for us here in Ireland. So the song you just heard was from this album. The song we're about to play is from this album. How you doing? Yeah, really well, happy there. I'll keep chatting and then I'll sign for you. Basically, if you have just arrived along, we are just two members of a 5-piece band. We've had 3 #1 albums here in Ireland, a platinum album and 5 #1 singles. We've had tens of millions of streams across the board, songs in movies, TV shows, and our music gets played on the radio all over the world. We've had sold out tours. We've also been on some tours with Bryan Adams, Bastille, 30 Seconds to Mars, etc. and played the main stage at most big festivals around the world as well. So it's been a wonderful journey in that respect. And that all sounds wonderful and great, right? But after spending 10 years living in hotel rooms and tour buses, all for a few, we spent 90% of our lives in those types of life, and all for a few joyous moments on stage or parts we liked. And along the way, we couldn't build lasting relationships. We were away from home, and we couldn't save any money for houses or do anything normal like that. So eventually, we just said, you know what, this is not for us. We don't want to become a wedding band or a corporate band and sing other people's songs, because we think we have some good songs and some good stories to tell. But believe it or not, a lot of our friends who were in successful bands here in Ireland had to make that decision eventually. That's the thing about social media and stuff now, and people who go into the world of influencing and everything like that. It's all well and good to get some success for a couple of years. It's very, very hard to maintain it for 15 or 20, and that's what you're going to need to do if you want to have a family, if you want to have a house, to maintain that money. Very few people break through enough to have a career. And the thing is, people are like, I'm going to have a career in social media. What, like TikTok that's only available for 5 years so far or something like that? What happens at 15? That's the truth. What happens when everybody's trying to do it? And your money is dwindling because you're getting older. So we had to change. We had to do something different. So we took a very old-fashioned approach to a modern problem and decided to do our thing in real life IRL. Hashtag. And that's what we're doing. This is called Something Beautiful. This was not only #1, it was nominated for Song of the Year in the Irish Music Awards in 2017. We were nominated that year for 3 awards: Best Band, Best Album and Best Song, and we didn't win anything. So I handled it as best I could. This is true. I got drunk and slept in a bush. that happened. I'm not proud of it. And it's also not the first time I got drunk and slept in a bush. The reason I made that decision was because when I was trying to find the hotel, I was too drunk and I went to the wrong hotel. But I did find the tour van, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to sleep behind the tour van here in the bush. And basically then, when the tour van comes to get me, I'll be... Can I just ask everybody as well, if you can go back into our red line here, it would be helpful. See the red line on the ground here? It just helps us insulate some of our sound as well. Thank you very much. As I said, this song is called Something Beautiful. It's from this album right here. And again, if you do like what we're doing and you'd like to support us, just pop on over and in between the songs and Glover will be able to help you out. Don't bring the band onto the street because it's a couple of things. It's a bit too loud and it's slow. So, but they still exist. They still come to shows and stuff. Yeah. We're still a 5-piece band. The drummer, yeah.
Playground.
Give it to your audience here. Good language. Look at the
Did I see you out with him? Well, you lost my love. You seem lost my love. It's so strange, cause that boy, he seems so dim. And you shine like the sun. What were you thinking of? Who mends your broken heart? And when you fall apart, who's there to pick the pieces up? When I close my eyes, I just see you. Oh, it'd be so much better together, stuck like glue. I'm thinking this could be something beautiful. I'm thinking this could be something beautiful. Do you remember all those lazy summer days, drinking cheap red wine with no sense of time? Lost at a picnic, running, laughing hand in hand, body and soul with me, flying higher than the trees. I love that you're so free. You keep coming back to me. Someday you'll find I'll be waiting. When I close my eyes, I just see you. Oh, it'd be so much better together. could be something beautiful. This could be the start of something real. This could be the start of something beautiful. This could be the start of something real. Oh, this could be the start of something beautiful. Oh, when I close my eyes, I just see you. Oh, it'd be so much better together, stuck like glue. I'm thinking this could be something beautiful. I'm thinking this could be something beautiful. I know that this could be something beautiful. I swear that this could be something beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We are getting near the end of our performance today, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. This next song is a song called Apple Tree Hill, and I'll introduce this song in a moment. If anybody who does want to take the opportunity to take our music